Okay. I pushed allow record. Does it work?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Now I'm going to go back to. Okay. So I'm going to start with. Can you see it? No, I have to lower it. There. Start with the top of the head. And more is on the right side than the left side. And don't worry about line quality because you're going to do an overlay.
Did it take you a long time for your line quality to get good? Because mine is it's not straight. It's like crooked and
I always did.
ragged.
When I first started out, I was getting $5 a sketch, and I always did 7 or 8 overlays before I liked it. And then I would turn in that sketch, the one after 8 overlays. So as I had more practice, I did less overlays because I finally got my hand to behave. But in the beginning, I would just keep re-sketching it. I would just keep tracing the same sketch. And
Oh, okay. Because I'm just confused. Not, sorry to cut you off. What were you saying?
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's confusing in the beginning. But
because mine. Sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I'm just because you know how, like, of course you have years experience, but it's like when I'm drawing, the stuff is so crooked and it's not straight. Like I guess because I was used to like drawing stuff before, like basically how you did the head, like lines like that, not just one consistent line.
Right. And that's why I liked overlays, because I would just keep drawing, and messy as it was, when I did the next overlay, I could pick the line I liked the best and copy that one. And then after I was done sketching it, I do another overlay and repair it again. So I was building a sketch. I was building it with each overlay. And so I didn't get frustrated. When you start all over again every time, you lose all that work. And I didn't want to lose all that time and work. So I just kept building another overlay on top of another overlay till I liked it. And it worked for me. I got it better. The goal is not to get frustrated. The goal is to keep seeing improvement. And tracing over the sketch really helps. That's why I keep making copies of everything and putting it online so you can trace over them and practice.
What edition do you have?
What edition?
For the 9 heads.
I don't really know. I think they're all the same poses. The newer the book is, it had more color in the back, and it had a DVD or a CD that lets you put it in the computer. But now my new computer doesn't even have that, so that's obsolete. And that's
sorry, I was trying to look for the book, but it's like the 9 heads is sold out, the 4th edition. And then people are selling it though for like $400, $500. And then somebody, sorry, what you say?
I can't believe it. They're paying
like they sell them for like $400, $500, even on Amazon for that much. And then I saw one person, you could rent their book, but you have to rent and give it back in August for the 4th edition. And even for the 3rd edition, it's hard, like $150 for a used one, and they have like highlights and stuff in it.
I just will keep making copies and putting it online, so you'll be okay.
Okay, I was like, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I can't see spending $500. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't know high. I really don't. It never was that high. And then you could find other editions in the very beginning that aren't as expensive. But I put online everything that we do. I will put the copy from the book too, so you can see it. So you'll be okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I'm going to do the neck. I can see some of the neck. The clavicle. It does have a little bit of angle. So I see that little bit of angle there. Try to get that. But it's about 2/3 on this side and about 1/3 on that side. Now I'm going to do the bust. And I usually try to not draw a strong line under the bust. I'd rather have it soft shadows instead of a strong line. I don't want to go too fast because I know you guys are drawing too. So you tell me if I go too fast. So now I'm going to go to the waist and I'm guessing myself how long that waist should be. So instead of that strong line, I'm going to do just a soft shadow. That's supposed to be her 6-pack. Should I go forward or you need more time? Okay, so I guess I could go forward. Okay, so I'm going to see the little bit of ilium. And this is her center of her body. And there's her crotch to the left of the access line. So now I've drawn in her body. So I'll wait a few minutes. Am I going too fast?
No, I think you're going fine.
Okay. So Charmaine, you got it in the mail. Oh, you got your computer in the mail?
I was trying to send that to Daniela. I was asking about the book. I didn't order it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was looking last night and I saw like 150 and other ones for like 400, 500. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Well, we put prerequisite in the syllabus, and a lot of students, they get grant money that pays for that. But you can take this class without buying that book, because I will put everything we use online. But it's there because some of the students that get grant money can't get it unless I make it a prerequisite. So that's why it's on the syllabus as a prerequisite. But I will be putting all the pictures up so you can see how to
Did
draw.
they sell them at the bookstore at school?
Yes, they do. Yeah. Yeah, they do. And I think the bookstore has a pickup where you can just drive through and pick up.
I'm gonna see about that.
Okay.
Cause I just want to be able, you know, how like trace and well, duh, if I could print out. Never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, but not everybody's got a printer.
Yeah, never mind. I could just do it like that.
One problem or the next.
I've been using Staples. I don't know if Staples is open there, but Staples is still open here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were open. That's good to know.
FedEx is still open. I think they close early at 6, but they are open.
20 years from now, you'll be telling your children you lived through this.
Well, my baby already living through it. She's 6.
So she knows, she'll remember.
She keeps saying, when the coronavirus is over, we can do like just saying different stuff.
Cute.
Yeah,
Aw.
she's living through it.
All right, you could do the next thing if you want it.
Okay. So I'm going to do the armpit.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna come down to the knee. Oops, need to move it up.
Yeah. Move it up a little bit more.
Sorry for that noise. That means someone's at my door. Maybe my new camera. Oh, you can't see. Around the curve, I make more nuance. I thought that was somebody's stomach growling for breakfast.
No, it's my dog.
Maybe your dog wants breakfast. Oh, that's not my, no one's at my door. That means the trash man came and he made that noise. I'll turn off the sound. You don't need to hear all that.
Miss Red, after you do this cookie, would you be able to review the back view again? Because I tried to view your Zoom recordings and I was just recording your face again.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've got, oh, I didn't draw her other hand. Okay, so I'm gonna do a back view. It's 8:01. We should stand up and stretch and move our necks and just move your body a little bit. It's just good for you. So I'm going to review this back view body. I put on the module the step-by-step. So this was the front view, and the front view can be turned into a back view. So I put this step-by-step, drawing it, and that one, I put that on. So I could actually use this little grid. Yeah, I'll use this little grid. So this is just a little review of the back view. So I've got my grid. I'm going to move this paper. You can see, I wonder if my numbers are in the way. Okay, so I'm going to start with this side so you can see it. Okay, there's the top of my page. I've got a 1/2 inch grid, so I'm going to put the back of the head right here. So this is just a review of the back of the body. So you can feel the back of your head, and you can feel this little bony part. I'm going to give it just a little bit of shadow. More on one side than the other. A little bit of nuanced line around the curved areas. And it tapers to the light. So it's a little thinner. It angles down about halfway. And see the little bony parts.
Your screen is blurry.
Oh, so why, how does that, oh, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna move it up to the next step, which is the clavicle, not clavicle, shoulder blades. I'm not going to draw them with a line. I'm gonna do it with soft shading. On a woman's body, the more soft shading and less lines, the younger she will look. On a men's body, you can just put everything in lines. It just makes them look more rugged. I'm just using the side of the pencil to get a little bit more definition. And then we have a trapezoid shape, trying to get it symmetrical. Okay. So we have the underarm. I look at the negative space. I try to duplicate that negative space. It's a cylinder. And then there's a slight bit of curve right here, just a slight bit of curve, not very much. Negative shape, cylinder, and a slight curve. Kind of angles here. So I can draw that line if I want. Show the back of the elbow. I can do it with soft shading. My ilium pokes out slightly and it curves down. Checking to see that it's symmetrical and it's in line with the shoulders. So trapezoid shape, the forearm. And do soft shadow on the tush. Little tiny dimple in the back. Can put a little bit more shadow on one side than the other. Using the side of my pencil, get a little bit more shadow. Okay, you can see it's about 1/8 of a head straddled between the two lines. When I move it up, I can see it keeps coming down, has a slight curve, goes in and out. And here it comes in diagonally.
Miss Rad, it's blurry again.
I think it just takes a while before it.
Oh, there it is. Now it's good. Yeah, it just has to focus, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to move it up slightly. Plus, I keep moving it. Probably confuses it. Looking to see they're symmetrical. So my 7.5 going to come out. Can't see that. I'm going to go up higher. Yeah, now you can see that. So I draw my ankle. This is my 7. A little lower, it's wider. Destination points, higher, lower. You can see that. If you find that hand too hard, just make it a simple triangle, trapezoid and triangle if you find that hand too hard. But it must like the hand because that always focuses it. So this is a demonstration of the difference between a man's figure and a woman's figure. The proportion is different. The woman has an hourglass shape and the man has a V shape. His shoulders are wider and higher. His neck is wider, and his neck is almost the width of his head, where the woman's is much thinner. His torso is longer. Hers ends at 3. His doesn't end till about 3 3/4. He has very little roundness of the hips. It's more like a boxy rectangle. She has the hip bones and the curve. He doesn't. He's all angles. His wrists, not wrists, elbows are lower than the woman's. Hers are at 3. His are at 3 1/4. His arms are longer. His wrist starts at 4 1/2. And his fingers end about 5 1/2, where the woman's were a little shorter, almost to the 5. His knees are lower at about 6 1/2, and his ankles are at 9. Oh, you can't see that because I didn't. His knees are lower and his ankles are at 9. So he has more angular shapes instead of curves. So his face is actually more rectangle than it is oval. And I will be drawing him so you can see the difference. So I will. So I'm doing this one 1 inch apart. Okay, so I'm going to start with destination points. I'm going to make them a little more rectangle than oval. So all I did was, instead of the curve, I made it a little more rectangle, and I made his chin a little broader. So that's more masculine. Okay, his neck is definitely wider. I might make him a little slimmer. I tend to make them more husky. Okay, you can actually see lines on him. It's perfectly okay. And he comes down. And this is the 2, is where we draw the pecs at 1 1/2. So at 3, coming down, I see his arms here. Kind of like drawing a superhero. So this is actually one head, and this is one head. Has a little bit of shape for the muscle. So right above the 4, I have this rectangle shape. And at 4.5 is the crotch. Trying to make them symmetrical. This was my 5. Judging whether I've got these symmetrical. Just a little bit slimmer here. I think I'm a little wider. I'm going to bring it in a little. Okay, so I'm looking at my negative shape. My 3 is right here. My arm is going to come down past the 3, and then it comes out for the shape of the forearm. So it's a little bit lower. And then it shapes. So I'm going to just put a little shadow right here so you can tell that that's where my elbow bends. She has these little lines, which is fine. Okay, so at the 5, slightly above the 5, I start to see the thumb coming across. And this thumb is actually coming across at the leg. So I am going to move that arm slightly. Okay, so I've got my hand and I see some of the leg and it's coming down past the 6. Make it a little slimmer so that I can see the knee comes out. And about 6.5, I see the knee starting to form. So I'm going to give it just a little bit of curve. I might have made that too narrow. Okay. looking at it. I'm a little huskier than hers. I could slim it down slightly. Okay, so I'm looking at my two hands. One is bigger than the other. So that tells me that one is more forward and one is a little farther behind. Why this one's presenting bigger. It's very subtle. Okay, so it goes straight and then it slightly starts to curve. And the thumb starts about here. And it has a little bit of angle. And this one staggers. And this one staggers even more. Then it goes to a small wrist. Okay, the one's just a little further behind. Now my 7, it's a little fuller, it comes out and it comes back down to the 9. And this one comes in, comes out lower, and comes back to the 9. I'm a little wider than hers. Gonna take it in. Maybe just a little bit slimmer.
Can you pull it up?
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you missed all that. So here's my widest, here's my widest. Her trapezoid shape is much flatter than the woman's. Obviously doesn't wear heels. Okay, so I'm going to place my ankle and the width, but notice the direction. I always notice the direction of the feet. I see a little back of the heel. Okay, so we have the leg. Angle. Okay, I haven't shown you how to draw a face yet. So I'm going to do that a little bit bigger. But like I said with the man, you can put a lot of lines on his face and he still looks quite handsome. So his features are more angular. You can draw the bridge of his nose. His eyes are more rectangle. And his brows are lower. His brows can be fuller than the woman's.
Miss Rad,
Yeah.
is it possible that you can like zoom out a bit just so I can take a full picture of the full body?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll let me, but I'm gonna try.
Okay, thank you.
If you put your picture sideways, it'll look full screen for us. Yeah, that direction.
Let's see if I can get it forward.
It doesn't matter.
Let's see. It doesn't.
Yeah, like, yeah, that way, and then just bring it up some.
But that makes it sideways.
Yeah, it's okay because it'll be a full picture. We could always straighten it with like.
Okay, let's see what I'm doing here. If I can get it.
Even though it's sideways, it'll have like the whole body.
I know, I'm trying to.
Take a picture of it.
I don't know why I'm not getting the whole body. Let's see. I'm going to just try and take it out of this thing and see if I can just get it. Can you get a picture of that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Got it? And I'll be making scans of these. Okay, so if I put it back here. Yeah, now it's like, how do I get it so you guys can see it? Because now it's upside down, right? Or sideways.
It's okay sideways.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
This way?
Yeah, but bring them up more, like, so you can see the whole body. Like right now, we can't see the whole.
Yeah, I can't get the camera to stay. Maybe if I lift the camera, I can get it to stay higher. Oh, wait. No. Okay, hold on. I'm going to just try to lift the camera. Shit. Okay, I know I dropped the camera. Sorry, you guys. Did I give you a headache? Okay, but this might work. I stacked it a little higher. Oh, I know what happened. There, now let's see. Now it's backwards. But it's still not a full view. So that still gives you a little bit, but not the full thing. So I need to get it higher. Hold on.
Hey, does anyone have like a newer iPhone? Because I can't figure out how to rotate a picture. It used to be really easy, and now I cannot figure out how to do it.
There's no little camera icon in the left corner that you can, with an arrow that you can flip?
No.
No? What do you have? Which one?
I have the 10XR.
Oh, is that the newest one?
Well, it's like the one of the newest ones.
Yeah.
I usually just take it like this. A long ways like this. I have the same phone as you.
So you'll take it the long way, and then it
I just take it like this. Like I'll take it kind of like horizontally, and
mhm.
like when I'm done, it'll work itself out. And then I can also do like the rotation.
That's what I was figuring out, because I was able to like rotate it really easily with my last phone.
See, like I just took a picture like that, and it came out.
So you just take it like this, and then
Let me see, where are you?
just like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and take a picture again, Miss Rad.
And it can also be with your setting, because I know mine is like defective a little bit.
Okay, I see.
So you
Yeah, that
guys
did work.
have newer phones.
What was
Yeah,
that?
but it's, I don't know, it's kind of for better or worse.
Yeah.
Because they change so much, and it's just like they change even the simplest things, like rotating a picture that's like doesn't need to be changed, you know? They change it just to do it.
Okay, is that a better view?
Can you possibly try to get the feet in?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up one more book higher. I have a stack
Okay.
of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. But one more book higher might pull it off.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm making my man really husky, like the guy from The Witcher. Ah.
It just makes a difference.
I'm just curious, where would his nipples be placed? Would they be more towards the side?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, does that make a difference?
Yeah,
Here?
it's just a little, it's a little light. So the bottom part is not really there.
Okay, let's see. Maybe I need to darken it.
Maybe. I can see the top okay.
Oh, maybe it's because I have too much light. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Miss Rad,
Yeah.
after this, can you show us how to draw abs?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get more light. Maybe if I take this off, get a little more light.
Or less light, maybe?
Well, I think that I just need to darken what you're talking about.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my stupid phone. I mean, computer. I have a virus.
Your phone?
My computer.
Oh.
I had like a parking ticket once, and I lost the ticket. So I downloaded like a website because it said it was gonna tell me like if I just entered in my information, it would tell me like my the tickets that I had to pay off. I didn't realize that you could just go to Supreme Court LA
Yeah.
to like find that out. So I
Yeah.
downloaded this stupid website, and now it keeps saying I'm like on America's like top 10 watch list, and every day it keeps going off saying like that I'm like I have like record reports and all of this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, right. I'm not that interesting.
That's funny.
It's really annoying, yeah. But and trying to get a hold of like the police department to try and figure out how to find those out, that's not easy either. They normally shoo you off. They do not want to talk to you. They're super rude whenever I try to get any information from a police department.
You have to go to like parking tickets LA or tickets LA or something, and that's how I got mine. And all you have to do is in your ID.
Yeah, that's what I ended up figuring out like an hour later. Hey, that worked, Miss Rad. Thank you.
You're welcome. I feel like MacGyver. I can only see all this stuff I got hooked up. It's funny. There. Hope that helps. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. So you guys tell me when you're ready for the next lesson. Don't be rushed. Take your time.
Don't forget about the abs.
Oh, yeah, I did. I forgot.
I guess I could always look at a picture too.
Yeah.
If you want to do 6 or 4.
Yeah.
So you just did some shading, just
Yeah.
some lines basically, and shadings.
Yeah.
Cool. Does it, if I wanted to have a 6-pack,
Yeah.
would there be there'd have to be 6 lines, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could get a picture online. Let's see what I can find. Wow. I'm laughing like, I don't think you need to. There's some really gross pictures. Like, can you see these pictures? Let's see. Maybe I can get that one bigger. You want all that definition?
There's a line in the middle and then on the sides. And then you gotta make it look like it's puckering up.
Yeah.
He has like cubes.
I don't know. I want all that detail.
I guess not. Not for fashion.
I mean, you could spend a day doing those abs.
I guess. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, should I move on to the face?
Can you give us just a couple more minutes, please? Thank you.
It's a team effort here. I'm always hyper. Slow me down.
Hey, if you want, you can move on.
I didn't hear what you said.
I'm ready to move on if you'd like.
Okay. I was looking for something heavy. That might be too heavy. Oh well. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do a face. Let's see if I can peel this away. So the difference between a man's face and a woman's face. So you can see that his eye is more rectangular and her eye has more curve to it. His nose is wider and his mouth is more rectangular too. So I'm going to draw him from the angle I have with this camera. I have to turn myself around. Okay, so let's see if I can get around this. So I'm going to start with, don't know what I did with my, have a little technical difficulty. I have no idea where I put my glasses. That's odd. Hold on a minute. I have an emergency set. Who knows where those glasses went? Okay. So I'm going to start out. I'm going to do the eyes first. It doesn't matter when I sketch, I'll do something different each time what I start with first. So his eyes are more rectangular and the iris. So I do have a little thick and thin. I do have an eyelid. It's also more rectangular. But I can put more detail on his nose. And every part of his nose is
Is it possible to get a little closer? Because it's very, very tiny, like very small to see.
Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, that means taking off some of the books. I will try to do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now, is this a good or you want it closer? Close.
That's fine. If
Sure.
that's the-
Down one more. Let me see one more and see if that's better. Did it make much difference? Let's see. They're just a stack of books. Drop everything. Let's see. Okay, what happened?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay. Now. Okay, so we got the light, and I dropped something over here. Oh, I dropped that. Okay. So, I don't know what I had here. It looks like this. Oh, now it's okay. Forget that. Okay, no problem. So we don't have the light like we had. I turn this light. There, is that better? A little bit more light.
Could you just move the picture down a little more, please? Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does that light help? Let's see. Lighting seems to be makes a huge difference. Okay, ready to roll. Okay, so on a man, the more detail on the face actually works in his favor. Whereas the woman, it just ages her. That's why men still look good as they get older and women just cringe. Because the lines actually just make them look better. Okay. So
True. If you've seen Carnival Row, Orlando Bloom looks really good.
on the man, you can get away with even putting the little indentation on their upper lip, or on a woman, it just would look like she has a mustache. But on the man, it looks good. So their chin is longer and it's more angular at the bottom. So this angle started almost above might be a little bit. It's fun to draw men. I think actually men are easier for the beginner because the line quality can be rugged and loose, which most beginners are, and to begin with, they're very loose and rough when they're first starting out.
Me.
It looks really good on a man. It's actually a quality that looks quite excellent. So that's always my belief system, that man was created first and then God got more refined and made the woman. Because this guy, he just looks good no matter how rugged I make him. He just looks better. So that chin is a little shorter than that chin. So I'm gonna just come down a little bit more. Not much, just a little bit. So you can see the difference. The longer you make the chin, the more rugged he looks. Yeah, just makes him look better. Okay, so now we're gonna do the other side. Make sure you get those eyes one eye apart. Try to get them about the same size. The brows are lower. Now, I'm trying to draw sitting here over here. So that kind of distorts it. So now I'm standing a little bit above it so I can see. So my man looks a little younger than the man I'm looking at. But he still looks pretty good. So that'll be fun for you guys to create a guy. Do any of you want to go into menswear?
I kind of want to do like a unisex thing.
Yeah. My first company I worked for was a menswear company.
Working with men's clothing is a lot easier because they don't have as many like roundness, right?
The company I worked for was Leisure Suit. So it had a lot of detail. I'm going to bring this down a little bit more.
The one I used to work for, a lot of them have like weird figures. A lot of them, like, they're big on the hip.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just gave him a stronger jaw. That made him look better.
And they're pickier than women.
Men?
Yeah.
Really?
We have men on here. What do you guys think? Nothing?
What was the question?
Yeah, what was the question? Picky, are you pickier than women?
Well, yeah, I have a specific taste with my clothes. So
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I have 2 daughters and 2 sons, and when my sons were in high school, they would order whatever they saw in a newspaper ad. They don't have newspaper ads anymore, but I was surprised how picky they were.
I think because like with girls, we have like our clothes, our hair, makeup, purses, and stuff. All guys really have is their clothes. They can't. That's all they can dress up with is just their clothes. We have accessories and stuff like that.
Yeah. Is that fun? I guess you guys gonna do your guy.
Their eyes are further apart.
I don't think they're further apart. Does it look like I made these further apart?
Yeah.
Hmm. Look at it. I have a crick in my neck because I'm drawing from the side. I'm not over it straight because the lamp's in the way. That's about one eye apart. One eye, one eye, one eye, one eye.
Maybe the lines, maybe because it's like the nose is more defined.
I always thought that if I failed at being a costumer, I could just make suits. Because suits are very expensive. You can make good money making suits, right?
I would think so.
Yeah. I mean, most people probably rent them, but there's probably some people that buy them. They're like thousands of dollars for like a good suit.
They're a lot less work.
Really?
Friends that are making them.
Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah, because I have a feeling we're going to be wearing them for quite a while.
Yeah, it's timeless. They never go out of style too. You'll always have work for that kind of clothing.
Okay, 3 minutes before we take a break. And we're going to take a 25-minute break today. And make sure you get lots of movement and stretch and move your neck around. Yeah, I definitely made mine look younger.
Mm-hmm. He looks cool though.
I made his brows fuller. Yeah, I
It's
definitely.
how you shaded the eyes, right? Because his eyes are drooping down a little more, and this guy's eyes are not where you shaded it.
That's true.
And
And
his is more wide, not as long.
yeah, my guy looks younger, and he looks older. The other guy looks like a surfer that gets up in the morning and wears himself out, and this one looks like he has a nice life. What should we name him?
Ken!
The new Ken.
Do Kenny. That's better. Kenny.
With a Y?
Yeah. Ken.
Kenny. I like those lips. I don't know if you can see them. They're a little bit more angular.
Mm.
Hmm. Okay, take a break. Come back in 25 minutes. So that's 9:40. I'll leave the thing on in case you have the question, but I want you to stretch and move around. Okay?